من خلال المناشدات
through the calls that I've heard throughout the past few days concerning the situation in Gaza, that it was important to talk to the Egyptian people at the beginning and to all the people who are listening, general public opinion in the region or in the world in general. Starting the 7th of October, we were keen to participate in a positive way with our partners in Qatar, the United States, to achieve 3 points. I don't want to go into more details. First point is stop the war. Second point is to enter the aid delivery. The third point is to release the hostages. So I'm saying that now at this particular time because there are many words circulating. It is important for the people to know about our stances, which were always positive, which is calling for stop the war, two-state solution, and find a peaceful solution to the Palestinian cause. And we had a very clear stance and position regarding rejecting the relocation of the Palestinians, which would liquidate the peaceful solution for the Palestinian cause or the two-state solution. Regarding the aid, which is a very important point that we were always talking about throughout the past period, you have seen that all our talks were that the strip needs 600 to 700 trucks in the normal days, and throughout the 21 past months we were keen to enter the maximum number of trucks, taking into consideration that the Rafah border crossing is crossing for personnel. Its functioning is related to have personnel not only from the Egyptian side but from the other side inside the Gaza Strip as well, for the entry of any trucks or any aid, to have a movement, even Rafah or Karm Abu Salim. Also, there are 5 border crossings between the enclave, either from the Egyptian soil or from the Palestinian side. Our part is Karm Abu Salim or Rafah. The number of aid which is available from our side, which is ready to enter the Gaza Strip from the start of this crisis till now, we have nothing to stop it. We cannot stop it. Our values would not allow it, or our values, or the situation, or the responsibility, or our national entity. But to allow the entry, we have to arrange, and that the other side, which is on the other side from the border crossing of Rafah, from the Palestinian side, they should open for the entry of these aid trucks. And it was one of the points that we have been talking about, and of our priorities, the release of hostages and the end of war. That's the whole issue. There are many details which were tackled in the negotiation with the Israeli side and the Palestinian side to tackle this, with the participation, with a sincere participation from our partners in Qatar and from the United States. Throughout the past few months, our efforts were concentrating to find a solution. There were many obstacles and some problems, and we succeed sometimes, and it collapsed again. This stage inside the situation inside the Gaza Strip is catastrophic throughout the past few months, and it is unbearable. Therefore, we should enter the maximum amount of aid to alleviate the suffering of our brothers in Palestine. I'm not talking about the food aid only, but food, medical, and all the aid that should alleviate the suffering of our brothers in Palestine. Before ending my speech, I would like to tell all Egyptians, you should be sure that you have no idea that we can be negative or towards our Palestinian brothers. You should never believe, because of the difficulty of the situation, we can do that. We have a role, a proper and honest role, and would never change. The stance would never change. And it is a reminder for the Egyptians to remind you that we can never change. We don't change. We are keen, always keen to find a solution to alleviate the suffering and to end the war and to ease the situation. At the end of my speech, I would like to have a call to all the world countries, to EU countries, to the United States, to our brothers in the Arab region, to exert our efforts in this very critical period to end the war and enter the aid and end this crisis. And here I would call on Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, I value his capabilities and his stance and his position. He can stop the war and enter the aid and end this suffering. And I call on Mr. Trump, please exert your effort, all effort, to stop the war and enter the aid, and it's the proper time to end this war. Thank you. And that was President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's speech on the situation on Gaza. The president asserted that Egypt is always keen and sincere on keeping its role as supportive for the Palestinian cause. And the president said that there are three main points